We'll be talking about how ADHD affects the brain. Mental health is a big struggle in our world right now, and it has grown increasingly. ADHD, with the use of phones and technology increasing, is also increasing. As an ADHD individual, I find it interesting to figure out how my brain works compared to other people's. And because it affects so many people can recall a friend that has ADHD. Today I'll be explaining in depth more how ADHD affects the brain, the medication that can help you, as well as the daily effects on your life as well as in school. So let's jump in. A study by National Institute of Health say people living with attention deficit hyperactive disorder or ADHD can struggle with focus and self-control. Many people know the side of it that struggles with focus. They think, oh, this person's not talking to me. But it actually can affect the issues of receiving sensory information, mood regulation, behavioral control, and other things. In an article by Dr. Lee Thomas, produced by New Medical Life and Science, says, ADHD is associated with abnormally low levels of neurotransmitters transmitting between the prefrontal cortical areas and basal ganglia, dopamine and noradrenaline. Well, ADHD is a lack of dopamine. Dopamine being the chemical that makes your brain say, oh, I like this and I want to do this again. It keeps your brain focused on what you're doing as well as what you're going to do next. Because of this, it also interacts with other potent neurotransmitters, and the dysfunction causes lack of alert, shortened attention span, and short-term memory loss. Now let's talk about the medications that can help treat it and help an ADHD person focus. First, we have stimulants. Stimulants increase the levels of chemicals like dopamine and other things that can help you focus in a short-term or long-term thing. It helps 80% of children and adults who use it if they can find the right stimulant, although it is a controlled drug because it can have really bad effects on your heart and other things. So many doctors will ask for an EKG prior to prescribing it. It lasts 4 or 16 hours, and for 16 hours, it can help lessen your ups and downs of focusing. During non-stimulants are not controlled, and they increase your norepinephrine chemical in your brain. They take longer to work, so whereas stimulants can work immediately, non-stimulants can take 3 to 4 weeks of continually taking it to actually cause any difference in your behavior. These are also slower acting, so they can work for 24 hours at a time. Now that you know more about ADHD effects on the brain and the medications that can help, let's talk about the daily life. NIH Medline Plus magazine lists some symptoms, including always losing important items, struggling to listen, follow instructions, pay attention to detail, forgetting important things like appointments, fidgeting or restlessness, or interrupting answers before they are given. These many things can interrupt an adult or child's life. In an adult life, you don't have much control over your stability and your routine unless you are at a job. So it is a little bit harder. This can look like running between tasks or being in the middle of a task and saying, oh, I need to go do this, or forgetting about something that you forgot about earlier. Managing these tasks can be like taking a to-do list and having a to-do list to do every single day, or by establishing structure and a routine throughout your day. Prioritizing one's self-care is also a really good way of prioritizing your focus. If you are good physically, you are better to be better mentally. Furthermore, we know daily life can be a struggle, but in school can be even worse. Many kids are diagnosed in school because of their disruptiveness, fidgetiness, or maybe even being unruly. But many teachers overlook the people that are inattentive, the ones that may just be daydreaming or not thinking about what they're doing. Both type of ADHD are seen in kids, and both have been given either a 504 plan, IEP, or just special consideration with the teacher. A 504 plan is an alternate plan that will give them alternate assignments, textbooks, readings, or even just a different place to focus and to be able to know what they are doing. This caters exactly for that individual. An IEP, whereas, is a written plan that provides individualized special education, said by Sharon Hassan in an article by Namor Kids Health. Both are a great option. They both provide stability and a different place so that the other kids in the class aren't distracting them or giving them a hard time. Many struggle with ADHD or a different mental illness, and there is little research done about many of these diagnoses. ADHD in particular, women are not researched as much as men, especially in kids. I hope that you have learned something during my talk and that you are now able to figure out maybe how to help an ADHD individual or how to recognize one. Thank you for listening to my speech.
So there's two sites.
Yeah.
Is this an